Korematsu versus United States. The petitioner, Fred Korematsu, was an American citizen of Japanese descent. Korematsu was convicted in a federal district court for remaining in San Leandro, California, a military area contrary to Civilian Exclusion Order Number 34 of the Commanding General of the Western Command. This order directed that after May 9, 1942, all persons of Japanese ancestry should be excluded from that area. Exclusion Order Number 34, which the petitioner violated, was one of a number of military orders and proclamations, all of which were substantially based upon Executive Order Number 1966. That order, issued after USA was at war with Japan, declared that
the successful prosecution of war requires every possible protection against espionage and against sabotage to national defense material, national defense premises, and national defense utilities.
Korematsu was tried in federal court in San Francisco, convicted of violating military order issued under Executive Order 1966. Korematsu's attorneys appealed the trial court decision to the U.S. Court of Appeals, which agreed with the trial court that he had violated military orders. Korematsu asked the Supreme Court of the United States to hear his case. On December 18, 1944, a divided Supreme Court ruled in a 6-3 decision that the detention was a military necessity not based on race. Issue: was the military's exclusion order justified? The majority opinion ruled that the court should not address the entirety of the order under which Korematsu was convicted, which included provision requiring citizens of report to assembly and relocation centers. The majority found it necessary only to rule on the validity of the specific provision under which Korematsu was convicted, the provision requiring him to leave the designated area, because the order applied only to people who were Japanese or of Japanese descent. It was subject to the most rigid scrutiny. The majority found that although the exclusion of citizens from their homes is general and impermissible use of government authority, there is an exception where there is grave imminent danger to the public's safety, as long as there is a definition and close relationship between the government's actions and the prevention against espionage. The majority ruled that there was sufficient danger and a sufficient relationship between the order and the prevention of the danger to justify requiring Korematsu to evacuate. The majority said the order was valid. Thank you.
Created using Powtoon.